Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready. Jasper Dial from Amsterdam Vintage Watches, bringing 6 new pieces in your favorite show. This week's watches 35. Six new pieces like every week. Last week was so on fire. Thank you all for purchasing and making that quick decision, having the trust and faith in our company. It brings me so much joy, and I would like to congratulate each and every one of you who purchased a watch from last edition. However, we managed to find 6 more, so the guys that we had to disappoint because they were too slow last week, new round and a new chance purchasing any of these 6 pieces from Tuesday 2 o'clock, and they're going live. The watch I'm wearing myself on my wrist today is the 6502, which dates back to 1958, I believe. It's also in our web shop, it's also in our physical shop, so make sure you pass by to see this watch in the flesh, because it's an excellent example of the merge between a nice and elegant classic Rolex and still the sporty oyster case design, even with the fluted bezel, all bringing in 18 karat yellow gold. Same as the buckle, and that's a nice detail. I know it's just a very small detail. However, if you like watches, you like details, and it's interesting to see it on a 14 millimeter original yellow gold buckle. Normally, most of the buckles are in 16 millimeter. What I said, it's very small. However, it's worth noticing. Much more worth noticing. Starting off with the watch at the right front, Rolex date reference 1500 is an all-time winner. You know it's in our lineup often, and there's a reason for it. There's nobody that doesn't like a date. It's the classic and clean, simple dial design, especially when it's in this color, and it's not so much of a silver dial because it varies a little bit. It kind of has the color of the steel of the watch itself, and therefore bringing even more balance to this piece when you would wear it on your wrist. 1973 is the year of production, and the price is €3,300, coming on a solid oyster bracelet. Coming into the later 70s, we find a very nice 16013, where the 3 stands for the gold and steel color combination and material combination on the watch we have here in the left front. The champagne dial is a classic configuration for this watch, a sharp fluted bezel, and still the bracelet is kind of stretch free. It's a nice example, going for €4,500, but it will give you everlasting love for the Rolex watches. Biggest difference between the Datejust and the Date, of course, is the size. 34 millimeters compared to the 2 millimeter bigger cases of the Datejust, 36 millimeters. Furthermore, often seen on the Datejust is the Jubilee bracelet, as between the lugs we find the 20 millimeter wide, and the Date has the 19 millimeter, and therefore often equipped with an oyster bracelet. Not the only Datejust in gold and steel we have. If you prefer the pipe pen dials, we move to 1973, same year of production as the Date. However, this is the Datejust. So again, 36 millimeter, and again in the gold and steel color and material combination. Champagne dial is what we find. Signed at the bottom, also called by non-knowledgeable people, I would have to say, OTTO, but of course the O's aren't O's, they're Sigma signs, and it's a way to make clear to the dial configurator that its markers as well as his hands are from yellow gold as well. Nice example, same price range. However, this one is on the folded Jubilee bracelet, which is period correct compared to its solid competitor on the 16013. The 1601, furthermore, has non-quick set movement, and the 16013 is for you lazy guys out there that just want to set the date real easy. Pick your choice, guys. Kind of like in the same line and the same vibe, we're moving towards the Date. Now we featured the oyster bracelet on the Date with a smooth bezel, 34 millimeters, the Jubilee on the gold and steel one with the fluted bezel in 36, and we are going up towards the President's bracelet. As its name would suggest, this is an elusive piece full of luxury And that is what you get when you wear the watch. Really, this is something you will feel on your wrist. It might sound goofy to you, but if you try it, you will know what I mean. And this watch is also equipped with its very stylish, elegant, and furthermore classic combination of the champagne dial, coming with, I always have to check the dates. The days. This day wheel is in English, so I'm not making any mistakes here. I often mix up the Italian ones with the Spanish, but Friday is definitely English. So this time I'm correct. I'm in the clear, and the watch we're selling this time is from 1983, priced at 12.8 thousand euros, with the Roman minute track at the outside of the dial, which is a nice feature on the 18038. I look back at the times that where you can buy a 1675 GMT Pepsi for 4,000 euro. I was like 18, 19-year-old kid, and I purchased my piece for 4.1, I guess. Now you can add a 1 in front. The watch we're selling this time is priced, and I have to check double because I can't believe how fast they grew, but the price is 16,500 euro for this piece. But what will it get you? It will get you a very nice GMT that's still fairly affordable compared to its glossy gilt pieces that are pre-1966-65. This watch is from 67, therefore is the very first batch of matte dials. The long E, also known as the MK1 dial, is equipped in this watch with the red back GMT Pepsi inlay. The original one, as you might know, we only sell all original pieces. Furthermore, equipped with the folded oyster bracelet, period correct. It's the correct 78350 bracelet. Handset turned into an even and yellowish color, same as the plots on the dial. Tritium zinc sulfide compound, and when you shine with the UV light, it still glows. That's nice. Last but not least, it's also with the box and papers. As you know, we're not a big box and papers kind of guy. But this paper is actually quite funny, so I'm going to show you anyhow. It's a booklet, and it's a pretty cute booklet. But don't worry, although I kind of love this booklet, we're not charging you any extra. So 16.5k, and you will get this piece with the box and its paperwork. Now it's time for another box, which gets me really excited, but not so much the box, more what's in it. Yet we're featuring once again a day date with the beloved Jasper Dial. Jasper is my first name, so therefore this piece holds special value to me. It's a hard stone, but it's actually more commonly known under bloodstone. Why? Because the dial is in green and it has like red specks on it. Just Google bloodstone, you will see how it looks in the flesh, in the nature, but when it's in a day date, it's even more lovely. Rolex is often associated with the deep green color, and this watch is equipped with a dial in such a color. The hardstone dial with the deeply carved day window and date window, the closed handset, which is a nice addition to the watch. It should be delivered in this configuration. However, you often see the wrong handset as the dial was put in later. The watch was sold in Rome back in 1978, so it was actually the very first years of production for the 18038. Now bear in mind, back when this watch was launched, it was already one of the most expensive pieces possible to get, especially from Rolex. It was this flagship model, so you have to have some cojones to buy this fucking beautiful dial. To go to your dealer and say, yeah, okay, you have the most expensive watch in the Rolex line, however, still it's not enough for me. I want a special dial. And he brings you a catalog with all the special dials, and you say, okay, let's go for the bloodstone one. Then you're a boss, and you can be a boss as well when you come by our store or send us a message about this piece. 32k is the price we're selling it at, and it will be a regretful moment that I have to say goodbye once again to another piece that literally has my name on it. However, or not so much literally, however, I will make sure to find a good new owner for it, and that's a promise I will make to you. Ladies and gentlemen, hop on the vintage train fast, because you might leave the shop empty-handed. Somebody might have snatched your dream watch right away in front of you. And it's something we have seen happening on many occasions lately. And we're very sorry for that. However, we carry the policy first come, first serve. We don't like the authorized dealers giving their friends the nice watches. So whenever you see a piece that you love, make sure you give us a call or pass by the store, and we will get everything set for you. The watch I like the most this time has to be the Jasper Dial, because it has the Jasper's name. I love the watch, but of course the GMT Pepsi gets my heart going as well. Some nice Oyster Perpetuals with date, one with a day function as well. But the date for 3,300 euros is a pretty solid deal. Gold and steel watches are really growing on me as well, and 4.5k isn't so bad. Last but not least, the classic dial, champagne, in the date at 18038, and that is this week's drop. Thank you for watching episode number 35, and remember that the best day to buy your vintage watch is today.